everything that you find at CarolJo's.com. It is an online jewelry and accessory business for women. We do more than just the jewelry here. We actually do tutorials, which we'll have 2 tutorials more towards the end of the week, Thursday night and Friday morning, I believe it is, where we are going to be doing some layered looks for bracelets and a different style of a bracelet. So I'll be doing that. We also will have bead sales times. We have 4 different times this week for silicones. One of them is at 8 p.m. tonight. Hi, Geraldine. And that one, I was planning to bring some new pens that I have. I have I was going to bring back some of the prints and maybe some solids. And then I found out I might have some of the focals coming. So I may bring those tonight or they may be tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. It just all depends on what happens. So tomorrow we have, I can't remember what we have going on tomorrow. It's just a day. I know I'm going to have a chat time tomorrow night also on TikTok and on YouTube. I am live on both, like always. My chats and my tutorials you will always see on YouTube and TikTok, and they will be saved on YouTube so you guys can go do the replay. Hi, Michelle. So that is what we've got on deck for today. Right now, chat time for an hour or so. And then after that, oh, now you're back over here. Well, thank you. And then tonight we will do silicones and pens. I'm not showing anything at this hour, Michelle. This is our chat time. So anything you have questions about, you go ahead and ask. But tonight I have in some new pens that I will be bringing. I have beatable bars in hematite, I think it is, or gunmetal. I think that's the color. And then I also have badge reels. I have white, black, teal, yellow, and red beatable badge reels. So it's not just the badges, it's got the bar on it on the bottom. So we'll have those in the different colors. Pens, I can't think of all of the colors. Two of them are printed, and they are Halloween and Valentine Day printed, and I know we're not near those. I will bring them if you guys want them, and we can always bring those back. But sometime tomorrow, just to let y'all know, the boxes of, and it's boxes, it's not just one box of the beatable pens, will be here. It won't be in time for any lives tomorrow. I'm going to bring up my backup, or bring up the schedule. Let me bring that up so that I can tell you. I don't need the camera, I need the photos. That's where my schedule is at. Let's see. Tomorrow we're having the basket sale. So basket sale, what that means, that's at 12 o'clock. Basket sale is where items that have been up for sale before, but the person did not pay their claim, those items are back up for sale. That's what we have tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon. We will have, it's at 8 p.m. tomorrow, not 2 p.m. I didn't change the time, sorry. It's 8 p.m. I'll get that updated in the post. And then Wednesday, we're going to have 2 silicone sales during the day, one at 11 and one at 2. And in one of those, we'll bring items that we didn't get through. Hi, Jordan. So, are you Jordan, or is it, is that your dad's name? I just want to make sure I'm calling you by the right name there. So yeah, so that is, I do have a real job. So thank you. I don't know why you think this isn't a real job. And it's not about social media and all getting paid by social media. Okay. To be honest, I run a small business where I sell products, and that is my small business. I sell jewelry. Hi, Elijah. So that is one thing I will let you all know is that people saying that when you run a small business that, oh, you're welcome. It hurts a nerve with me, and it takes a lot to hit a nerve, but that is one thing that does hit a nerve for me when people say I need to get a job, because recently my position was eliminated, no fault of mine. I actually still can be employed by that company. If you would have seen the review that I was given the day before they told us all, everybody that had the same job title as me was eliminated from their position. And I decided to take my full-time business full time. And that hits a nerve for me because I actually work probably more than 60 hours a week trying to do this. And it kind of goes back to, okay, that's fine. I just want to put it out there that is, and anybody who knows me, especially, I know you're over here on YouTube and you don't know as much about me as those that are over here on TikTok do. Um, I am a very positive person and it takes a lot to upset me. But I will say that is the one thing right now that does upset me, because I am putting all my time and energy into this to be a success. And all I ask is for support. And it doesn't even have to be that you have to purchase from me. It's all about subscribing, about following, commenting, liking, all of those things on any of the social medias helps promote my business, which then promotes what I'm selling. Yep, I'm not. Someone said I needed to get a real job, but they have now dropped out. They apologized and then dropped out. So yes, it wouldn't hit a nerve so bad if I wasn't going through what I'm going through right now. But I literally have changed how I market, how I do my planning, how I want things to come out and such. Planning when I'm releasing beads and that type of stuff. If you guys really could see, oh, someone was filtered, how much time and energy I am putting into this. How are things going for me in the Trump's economy? I'm gonna tell you right here, I will say I'm not going to make it political, like this policy versus this policy. What I will say is that it is in a volatile area, and we'll see what happens. I did go in and try to get as much product here that I could. Hi, Lori. It does take a lot of work. Okay. Thank you, Sunrise Sky. I love it. But what is happening is that I will be truthful and honest and say, okay, if you buy American made of this product, it's going to cost you X. If you would have bought the same thing from me coming in from overseas when I purchase it, it is Y. And if a tariff is added to it, it will be Z. So you're going to see an increase in charge between Y and Z, but your choice between X and Z is your decision and how you as your family want to spend your money. Thank you. And so literally that's what I'm going to say about it. Hi, Mia. So I will help source. You guys know I will source to the end of the earth for you guys on it. And if I can find something, I'm going to tell you about it. Well, hello, Purple 13, and I didn't do that. So that's what I'll say on it. I won't discuss politics here. We don't discuss the different parties. We keep it positive, and ultimately, what I was going to say is that it's your choice where you're going to spend your time, spend your money, spend your anything. One thing with social media is that even me personally, I have been on social media. I have been on a lot of different social medias. And the thing that I'll tell you is that I probably haven't done the best job at social media because I am not out there to be an influencer. That is not the case here with me. I am not an influencer. I'm out here because I want to share my knowledge with y'all. Sunrise, that was really, thank you. I really, you know what, right now, those are the things that I kind of need to hear right now because there's a lot of negativity. And I even with today's post that I put out there, because the motivational Monday is what Mondays are about, is to figure out a quote that motivates you. Um, and it is literally it just literally was, it's been hard staying positive, but I have to be positive. And the one thing that I will tell you is today's quote really resonated with how I feel. So, and maybe we can take some time about how to remain positive in this chaos that we're going through. And it really came down to, you know, we can say life is hard. And the thing is that the person in this quote says, compared to what? And when you hear that, that made me stop when I read this quote. Compared to what? And it made me think, I shouldn't say it's hard, but what can I figure out from today that I did and got through? It might not have been hard, but it might have been hard. Everybody's different definition of hard is different. And so for me, it's literally right now, last week, I will tell you, my emotions were all over the place. My emotions could have gone to a dark spot. And we had to like switch it around. We have to take and make that conscious effort. Because if we don't take that conscious effort, we could go negative. And that's what I want to try to not do. And so when I saw that quote, I'm like, this is what I needed. It's compared to what? Life is hard compared to what? And when you think about it, it really isn't. Think about the positives that you did for today. Like for me personally, I had to make a couple of phone calls that I've been putting off because I thought they were going to be hard phone calls and I wasn't going to like the answers that I got in those phone calls. They were the simplest phone calls in the world. And I put them off for a week for no reason. And that's the type of thing that, you know what? I'm giving myself the positive pat on the pat on the back that I made the phone calls and it wasn't so hard. Everything I needed to do for it, done. It took 10 minutes. So yeah, so that's where, and I knew I had to get an order in and get it in right away because of everything going on. And I got an order today of chain, and I thought that chain was going to work for what I was thinking for a kit, and it doesn't match. So now I'm going back to the drawing board and seeing where I can find the chain that's just the right color. Could I have gone down that deep, dark yeek? I could have. But literally, I'm like, you know what? Sometime I'm going to find 10 minutes. I will try to find that chain so that I can make the kits for a couple weeks down the road when the chain comes in. It's not a bad thing. I just have to pivot. And the chain that doesn't match it exactly, it's okay. I can sell it. Someone else can make something with it than what I originally planned for. And I'm not going to dwell on the negative that I have something that isn't going to go. Because let me tell you, when I show you guys in a sale, I know you're going to be like, yeah. Yep, don't go down the rabbit hole. And then the other piece of advice that I was given when I was 20 years old, and when you think about this, and I didn't follow this advice this last week, and it is, you cannot solve the world's problems when you try to go to bed. Because when you do that, your mind keeps going and going and going, and it doesn't stop, and you don't get rest. And that happened to me last week. And it happened because the TV was on. I was hearing about the tariffs. I was what ifing. How do I get ahead of this? And I wasn't getting the sleep that I should have. So I literally had to tell my husband, you have to change the channel, that you cannot listen to that channel when I'm trying to go to sleep or when I wake up. I'm not going to be just sitting there blind to what's going on. I do have to have a plan, but I don't need it to keep manifesting inside my head. And so I just need to get out of that slump. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But the thing is that this is what chat time is for us to talk about it, bring up things that we need to just get off of our chests. And once you vent, sometimes it's good and it's gone. So that's what I'm going to say about it and where we're going and stuff. Yep. And then you dream really weird dreams about it. And it was funny because my husband mentioned someone yesterday and I ended up dreaming about that person. I could tell you about the dream. And it was really, I mean, I have no idea why this person was in the dream, what we were doing. I just know that person was in my dream. So yes. So that's what I will say on that, and how we can be positive and be supportive of each other. And when we feel ourselves going down the negative, that we can all work and help each other out. And a case in point, I'm not going to name names because she is not in here right now, but someone did reach out in a group environment and said, this is what's going on. And the support that everybody gave this individual is why we are all here and we're a part of this community that we're a part of, is because we can uplift and support each other. And that's the one thing that I will continuously say. So, and I know I've been talking a lot. You know, the one thing I didn't say, and we could have been doing, but it's okay. We could have been liking and sharing. We can do giveaways, but it doesn't have to be it. So that's what I want to say. So, yeah. So that's what I will say. I got to take a drink, though. And you know, when, Michelle, when you're talking about social media, I can tell you one thing that I do not understand about TikTok at all is all of the different things that they do. Like, you need to go and have these battles, and that we need to, like, give money, you know, the coins to everybody and all that kind of stuff, the gifts, and to get to certain prize levels. I don't know how that works. Oh, Lori, you're cracking me up. And you know, really, truly, this is what I feel about what I do and why I do it, is if there's one person that can take any part of what we talk about in any one of my lives and it uplifts them in any way, hi Lisa, or made a change for them for that day of just having something positive, then I have done my job and what I really truly feel like I was meant to do. And that's what I'll say. I'm not big on sharing about my religion on here because everybody has their own religion, but part of it is God gave me a gift and I want to share it with others. And if you go to my in-person shows, I will say that a lot. I don't say that here. And it's not that I don't want to say it. It's just I believe sometimes I don't want us to get political, religious, and all that kind of stuff. Well, and that's one thing that I never came on here to be an influencer of any kind. And I will kid you not, probably it was about, it was over a year ago, because I have been selling, in March, it was 2 years that I have been selling beads online. And one of the things that I was in someone else's live. I just came into the live because they were live and they were showing what they were making. And I like to see that. You guys will know. I love to see your guys' creations. Which, Geraldine, I was trying to find the video, but I didn't find it. Can you tag me in it if you're still here? Can you please tag me in it? Because I couldn't find it and I didn't see where I had it. Ah, that is very sweet, Rhonda. And anyways, so there was a comment over here. So, anyways, it's on TikTok. Okay. Because when I go to your TikTok, I only see one video and it wasn't that video. So that's why I was like, okay, where is it? So anyways, forgot my train of thought now. Oh, I know where it's going. So what it was is I was on this person's live and they said, hey, we have someone really famous in here. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to be in someone's live where someone is famous in it. And I was like, so I went up to, you know, the numbers up here and I looked at it and I'm like, I don't know who's famous in there. I literally was like so dumbfounded. And she's like, Carol from CarolJo's is in here. And I'm like, I'm not famous. I literally was like, oh, literally, I'm not famous. I really don't think of myself as one. In all honesty, I just think of myself as a person. I don't go, you know, to me, an influencer is someone that gets to have the swag, to have, 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, 5, 4. You know, all that kind of stuff. And I forget what that's called when you get paid to do the products and stuff, or, you know, you get like thousands of dollars from the social medias. I really, truly will probably never get to a point where I make money at this, really. It's literally, it's not that much. And so that's why I'm like, it's just money. It's not like I'm not the $1,000 person. I don't even make hundreds of dollars a month. If I make 100, I'm like, woo. Yep, I don't do sponsorships. That's it. Yeah, and so that's really, you know, endorsements or whatever it's called. I can't think of the word all of a sudden. I'm putting on the stickers for the names of what we are going to be showing tonight. But I'm so excited. I don't have the whole big new pens, but we have some new pens. One of the pens is silver. And it is really cool, I think, anyways. You guys can tell me if I'm off my rocker when I bring it tonight. But the beatable badge reels, I don't have one up here. Those are cool too. Yeah. And that's what I love, how, you know what, I see groups, you know, going out and showing the items that they've made and such. And I think that's cool. No matter what we do. So yeah, so this is how I do the names on the bags, you guys. It's not very difficult. I don't think I've ever shared with you how I make some of my stickers. Not all of my stickers are this way. Thank you, Becky, for the follow. I just went and got labels. These are Avery 5155 is the number. And I printed a whole sheet of the name of whatever I named that bead. I take it off and I just put it on there. Hi, Rose. Very, very... I could do what am I trying to say? My barcode. I could not think of that name all of a sudden. So I could do that, but I just chose not to. See, I was like that until I did this. I was always changing, always changing. And then once I did this, I stopped, and now I can make more. Do I make more? No. But that's because I moved to doing this. And I love doing this more. I love making jewelry, but I love doing and sharing more, if that makes sense. It's not about that. it's not about selling the beads. It really truly came about as what I could do for, to show you guys everything. 2, 4, 6. And that is literally where it all came from, is that I love sharing this, and like talk times like this are literally tutorials, and talk times are actually where I love to be, in all honesty. We are having a chat time, Miss Rose. Hey, you didn't answer my email that I gave you in the invoice there, Vicky. And that question, I mailed your package, so I hope it was okay. Thank you for the heart me. The W and the V's are larger in size than the L and A. Is that okay? I have them in bigger too. So if you want them bigger, I can send them to you. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So you can tell me, and we can get that all taken care of. She's just like, I want my bag. Okay. Okay, there's 5. I've counted these like 14. I've counted them 3 times, and I never changed my number on my piece of paper because I'm like, I'm reading people's comments instead of remembering a number. Oh, my Lord. Yep, and so literally, I used to have like, I was one of those that could never get done. Hi, Tuesday, with my cleaning list. When I would like literally get a piece of paper and I would write down everything I did. And as I was going, I kept adding to the list. And I finally had to draw lines in the list and said, today, this is what you're focusing on. And then tomorrow, you'll take this section. Hi, Anthony. Doing good. How about yourself? And then that stopped me from trying to do everything all in one day. Now, oh, good. Good to hear that. Now, I hate cleaning. But like, I would just get stuck in it and it would never get done. And then I would be overwhelmed. So literally how I got myself off of that is I said, here, hi Sissy, here's my list for today. And that is all we're going to accomplish for today. Unless, you know, there are things that come up that are higher priority. So, yep, so that's how I ended up getting off of my little yeet. And I'll call it a yeet because I would just get stuck. And you guys know, I need somebody. I really need somebody. Is it, so I have a question to ask you, Geraldine. Is it because, has the process changed for you, or was it so time consuming the way you did it before? Do you like what you did more back then? See, I really need someone to come in and do a really good cleaning. I love organizing. You guys know that about me. So when we organized that room downstairs for all my beads, I literally was cleaning that room too at the same time. I make jewelry and sell beads, and we have chat times and we have tutorial times. We do all kinds of things. Today's right now is a chat time. And then tonight we're going to do beads, like these silicone beads here. So right now I'm just putting the colors on them. Oh, that would be very hard. That would be hard. My mom didn't wear jewelry. She would never wear my jewelry. My mom only, she only would do Black Hills Gold jewelry. So she never wore mine. But the one thing that I will always have is that my mom is not an extrovert at all. but there was a really big jewelry or a big craft show here in Sioux Falls area called Sidewalk Arts Festival in September. And she would come and help sell on that day with me. I used to have when I did that. I live in South Dakota in the US, Allie. And she would come and help me with it. Totally out of my comfort zone, or out of her comfort zone, but yeah. My mom would wear earrings, her wedding ring, and her earrings were Black Hills gold earrings. Her wedding ring was just a diamond, and then, but her other rings were all Black Hills gold. And I don't know if you guys know what Black Hills gold is if you're not from South Dakota. But it's hard when they're a part of what you do every day. And so my heart goes out to you. But you know what? We're not going to replace her, Miss Geraldine, because you can never replace her. But we would all love to see your jewelry, because what you did by painting on the shells and those other beads, those larger beads, is amazing. Okay, so good. That's what I was going to say. You will hopefully, get that. Hi, Melissa. And have that. Because let me tell you guys, I'm blown away by how she can paint on something so small and it's so vibrant. And let me see. Do you mind if I can get it up, Geraldine, if I show them? I'm going to try to, okay? I got to go into Facebook, I think is where they're at. If you don't want me to, you can tell me not to, and I won't. Okay. I just got to go back through. And I'm going to see if I'm seeing if they're on these notifications. Okay. I'm going to show both of you. There. Can you guys see that? Look at how those flowers are. Now, I don't know if any of you remember. Do you remember me having some yellow acrylic beads recently? These are the back side. Like the yellow on the front is very vibrant. But then you look at, this is on the back side. Isn't that just amazing? And the detail in it. It looks like petals. I mean, each one of those. Then let me go bring up. These. Do you guys remember the shells? And she painted flowers on them. Isn't that amazing work? Here's that last one there. And the detail in it, just cool. So that is what I'm going to say, is that we all, yeah, just how creative. I would have never thought to do that. In all honesty, I would have never in a million years thought to do that. And when I saw those, when she now I can't even think of the words, that she, tagged me, that's the word, tagged me in it, and I saw those, I was like, holy crap. And there's no other way to say it than holy crap. And that's why we are here, is that we're not here just to be like, okay, like we can look at that and see the artwork that someone does. And it just, I wish I could do that. And I can tell you, I cannot paint. I wouldn't be able to do that. So that's why I think it's really cool. Because I know that I couldn't do it. So that's what we here as a community, to remain positive, to remain just humble. I don't know what yeah, inspiring. But it can humble us, because to me, humble is having that warmth inside of you that you get from knowing that you're cared for. And it might be that you're cared for because they look at what you've made and it brings someone joy. It turned out absolutely fabulous. In all honesty, it did. I have 16 of those left. And she's, you know, and the thing is that craft sometimes is trial and error. And you even said it in one of your comments or posts or something about that the acrylic was harder to paint on than the shell. And it's because of the finish that was on the acrylic. But she figured out a way to do it. And someone else might be like, hey, I can do that too. And we can all share the tips and tricks about how to do it and bring joy to someone else. Oh, that is so true. Because they can't see, and butterflies are not the same. And we don't see. The thing that I'm taking from that is that we don't even see how amazing we are. Because even though, you know, we're like the butterfly. I love it. I'm sorry. I'm just having to think that through. And I'm loving it. See, this is why we have Mondays for our things. So yeah, so that is really, truly amazing. Now it just gave me, it just makes you pause. And that's what I like to say, is that we can learn and grow, and we can pause and think everything is okay. Because remember, it's hard only compared to what? And you know, one of my favorite things to do, and Buttercup and I were just talking about this the other day, is that she loves animals. And for a gift, we have a butterfly house here, and she got a gift to go to the butterfly house. And she's like, can I bring a friend with me when we go so they can see this too, how beautiful it is? And that even just made me pause to think about, she was caring about a friend seeing it too. Just makes you pause and think, okay, how can a child think innocently? And we don't always think innocently. That gives you pause. Yep. And at her age, it's not always like the cool thing to go to the butterfly house type thing, but she thinks it is. And, you know, they're getting to that age where the mall might be better. And she would rather go do that with a friend. And that I'm like really excited about. I know she had a shopping adventure that with one of her friends, but I want her to see that you can have this full culture about yourself, that you can love beauty and you can love nature and you can love the animals and you can go shopping too. Because she is like, she cracks me up. Like yesterday, what she was wearing for her outfit, I was like, but when you find out the full answer to this, I laugh at myself now. So I'm going to start it off with, I did laundry on Friday. I put her laundry in her basket. I have walked by her basket for 3 days and never realized she never put away her clothes. I am not selling anything right now, Kat. We're having a chat time. Tonight we are going to be doing silicone beads. And then we also do chat times twice a week. We do bead sales throughout the whole week, and we do tutorials twice a week. So it's a lot of different things that we do here. So tonight will be silicones. Tomorrow at noon, we'll do a basket sale, which is items that have been claimed but not paid for. So thanks for asking, because we're on a emotion talk today. But what she put on an outfit on Saturday, and I was like, hey, that works with what we're doing. Cool. Thanks for the follow. And then yesterday her outfit was like one of her new skirts that she got skirt things, and the shirt from last year. You're very welcome. Thank you. And it just looked really cute together. I was like, all right, it's kind of chilly. I can understand the shirt that she had on. It was a long sleeve shirt, but it wasn't a heavy one. And then this morning I went to go down and wake her up, and I was going to help her pick out her clothes. I opened up her closet, and I'm like, honey, your clean clothes are upstairs. She's been putting together outfits that have been gorgeous. But what was in her closet? Because I had all her clean clothes. And here I am going, wow, she's really good at pairing stuff up. Yes, she is. But I was laughing. I just didn't give her clean clothes. And I'm like, whoops, I forgot to tell you your clothes are upstairs. And she knew I was doing laundry that day. But, you know, we're programmed that you're going to be told to put your clothes away. And I had gotten laundry done before she got off of school, so I didn't even think about telling her. So, yeah. And she didn't even complain. Say anything about, I'm running out of clothes. That's what I thought was funny. But she is a little clothes diva too. And she has an Opa who helps her make sure she has clothes. That are little fashionable clothes. All right. That was my buttercup story of the day. Does anybody have any more questions? And I have to say, everybody, the discussion that we've had today is what we need to uplift and have a positive week. Because today is Monday, so we need to have the positivity. And I don't know, my question is, and I will ask you guys, do we need a positive quote this week every day? Do you want me to post one every day? Just from the aspect of, it has been a really difficult, emotional last couple of weeks with everything going on in the world. At least it is for me. So I don't know if when I'm looking at my quotes that I look at to try to be a positive for the day, do you think I should just post those for you guys along with my other ones? You guys let me know. Will it help you out in any way, shape, or form? Okay, because I can do that. So thank you, Sally Ann, for the heart me. The one thing that I didn't know if today's quote would hit it off with anybody. It has not taken off on the other social medias like some of my other ones when I post them. And I just don't know if it's because of the time of day I did it or what. But actually, doing the quote one actually does not take me hardly any time at all. I will let you guys know. And I didn't know if you guys wanted... I will tell you in all honesty, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday are the 3 easiest daily posts that I do. Monday is a motivational quote. I find a quote that just resonates with me at that moment and post it. Doesn't have anything else to do with, and if I found it inspiring for today, I'm going to put it out there for you guys too. And Wednesday and Saturday are my Wacky Wednesday, Silly Saturday ones, which are taking effects and posting them. And literally those effects actually garner more attention on YouTube. They're TikTok effects that I've just put over on YouTube even, and that has increased my views in YouTube. And I don't know what I did to myself, but I hurt myself. And so sorry, I keep showing you my boo-boo. But those 3 days, those posts literally take me less than 15 minutes to do a day. Hi, Amy. And so if doing that is not hard. Tip Tuesday, I have to sit and think about what is my tip going to be. I already have the idea for Tip Tuesday. I haven't done the video, but it actually coincides with other things that I found. And I was like, no way. So I've already got Tuesday's idea. Thursday is really, truly a reflection of the last week and what is something I'm thankful for. But sometimes it's hard. And I'm going to be totally honest. Sometimes it's hard finding something to be thankful for. The longest one for me to generate right now is Fun Fact Friday. And I had my idea for Friday. I just did not have time in my day to actually generate the post and put it out there. And I know there are places where I can create all of my, in one day, I could create all my social medias and then put it in a scheduler and it'll post it out when it needs to. And I've tried those. And it just takes so much work to post them out there on one day. It's easier for me to only do 15 minutes to half an hour each day to do a social media post than to spend 3 or 4 hours on one day trying to do it all. But I don't know how else you guys feel about it. Maybe it's something we should talk about. How do we post on social media and why we do? Maybe we can bring that to tomorrow night's chat time, because we'll be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for chat time again. I put the chats this week earlier in the week because I have board of director meeting tomorrow night, and that sometimes I'm a little bit late, so I didn't want to do a tutorial. Yep, and I literally have a reminder in my phone because I was like, whoops, the day got away from me and I didn't do it. And I get really okay on doing it at sometimes, but sometimes I just am like, I'm not feeling it today. And last week I did not post on Friday or Sunday, because Sunday is supposed to be my Sunday fun day. But when I spend the day doing invoices, it's really not Sunday fun day anymore. So then I've been thinking about, since I am doing this full time, do I change and do posts on different, do my invoices on a different day than on Sundays? I don't know. And that was one thing I was going to ask you. And since we're here talking, what do you think about that? Do you think we should change it to be a different day than Sunday so that I can have Sunday fun day? That is the... Hello, Smokey. You're all the way from London? Well, welcome in. I am in South Dakota in the U.S. I don't even know when the last full day off that I've had, because even when I was working full-time and doing this, that's why I picked Sundays to do invoicing, is because of working full-time. And then I'm like, do I change it? So over on TikTok, we have someone from London. I'm so excited because I haven't had someone from the UK in a long time on one of my lives. And it's just because, when you do a full-time job and then have the part-time business, you don't get the time off. And that we are okay. But I used to have more time. And we're going to, I will tell you, I know. I had somebody from Bangladesh on here also. We have baseball starting up again. So you guys know what that means? Anybody who's been with me for a while knows what that means. It starts in June, I believe. we have the schedule. I just don't have it in front of me. It means that 2 nights a week, I will be at baseball game. So we'll probably end up doing more lives during the day. But, and then we also have games on Sundays. And that was also like when we got the schedule, I was like, I wonder if I should start thinking about that. So, and our games can be anywhere from 45 minutes away to well, one of them is like 20 minutes away, but most of them are going to be about 45 minutes away from us. We have travel time in there with that too. So, yeah, we get to watch one of our kids play baseball. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ooh. I know this is going to sound weird, but I like it when my row ends. There. And it was funny because everybody asks for the schedule, and I'm like, I used to have a set schedule. You can ask. Rose could probably give it to you verbatim what I used to say. I go live Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Central, Saturdays at 10 a.m. Central, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central. That used to be my times. Every day, every week. And now with this, it's all different, and it's hard. And I've almost had to start doing alarms to remind myself I need to go live. I have one more left that we're going to do for tonight. Yep, and now it's not like that, so it's really hard. Ooh, this one is cute. I have no idea how many of this one I have. Where's the hole? There's the hole. Look at those little, I'll show you over on YouTube here in a second as soon as I can get this to, look at those little daisy flowers. Let's see if I can get that to focus for you guys too. Yep. Excuse me. We'll have those tonight. I'm bringing in some different of the prints from that we sold before. Yep, and it's hard with the hour difference. But tonight, or tomorrow night is 8 p.m. It says 2 p.m. And it's because I copied Monday's time over, so I wouldn't have to redo it. And I thought I changed the time, but I didn't. So that's on me. That was my copy and paste there. So tomorrow night our chat is at 8. And then, because I'll do it after I get done with my board meeting. Whoop. I dropped one baggie of those. Got it. There we go. Now I just need to find it in my list. This is my stack of different colors. And I have pulled some of the summer ones. And I need to put them in bags. So my question is the 5 silicone beads per bag of the 15 millimeter a good number? Or do you want to change it? Because, yep, Daisy Detail. Yes, you were right. That's the one. So is 5 in a bag good? For prints? Or do we want to change it? Good, okay. Lori says good. And the reason why I'm asking is that I'm going to be doing another color here, the summer colors, and getting those ready for sale. And so I could change the number on them if we wanted to. But if you're good with 5, I do have some solids coming, and they were from a different place than the manufacturer of them, because I could not get them from the manufacturer in time before tariffs are going to take effect. So because of that, I did not place an order with them yet. I am going to, and that includes lentils and that type of thing. Just to be honest, I want to do it. I've got some things picked out already, but I want to see how it shakes out for a little bit before I place that order. Yep. They have to reach the US by the 2nd. And so with silicone beads, when you're going to the manufacturer, you have to give them a leeway of about 4 weeks for them to make the beads and to get them like packaged up and boxed up. So you have to give them a month lead time for that. And then when they come on a ship, there you're talking another 2 to 3 weeks in that ship getting over here and that container being distributed. So it takes at least 2 months in advance of that. And when we started getting the tariff talks and stuff, I wasn't ready to put the order together, and I didn't do it right away. So now we're trying to see what's going to be part of that. Okay. Yep. And that's the reason why I was thinking like 5, because we talked about doing 10, and I'm like, I don't do 10 a lot. I do like 4, 5, 4, or like 2, so that's why I did 5. And I did that also with the solids in the 15, because the way you can plan things out, it would work out all right. Yes, thank you, Amy. So I have some silicone coming from not the manufacturer, but from a wholesaler. So it's just a different way. What we do here, Smokey, is that we make jewelry. It can be, I'm going to grab a couple of things so that it helps explain. You can take some beads and some stretchy and create a bracelet like this and have the glass beads. You can take different beads and then the liquid silver, it's called, and make an anklet if you like. Here is silicone beads used for a key ring with the football in there in school colors. Let me see what else I have in here. This we did here. This was one that we did as a tutorial where we took all the in-style colors for this season and made a really chunky statement piece necklace. Then we talked about, like right now with one of the styles going on, where you can take a single bead necklace and make it a statement piece of your outfit. And very simple statement piece. And then we can do, and these are all made with different kinds of beads. Yep, I was going to grab a pen here in a second too. We got the wristlets. So you have this wristlet here. See, and this is where when I got to the colors, there's 5 of these in here. That's why I was like, hey, that works. And then like here is a pen that I have down here. Like this. Or you'd use the silicone beads. So that's what we do. No way! All this is truly, they were talking about the Children's Museum in Indianapolis has something that's similar to this. This is just all types of glass beads to make it. And it really truly is just all kinds of glass beads on a head pin. And then you put the head pin on a piece of wire and make the necklace. So yeah, so you can do all kinds of different things with all different styles of beads. You can use, like here we've got mostly glass and silicone, but we can use acrylic. You can use the natural stones, all different types of things, and create different items. So yeah. That's what we do here and have fun with. And then twice a week we do chats. Twice a week we do tutorials. This week, one of them is taking the eye pins, and we are going to make a bracelet using eye pins. And the title of that one is called, I'll tell you in a second here. It is called Free Spirit Circle is the name of the bracelet. So what it is we're going to make a bracelet and make it more bohemian, like free-spirited bohemian look. And then you can take, and with Friday's tutorial, it's called Layer by Length. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some time at the beginning to talk about the lengths of your bracelets and how to make them to layer them. But you can take that free spirit circle bracelet and pair that with a couple of ideas that I have for bracelets that I want to bring in to Friday more. It's at oh, that's Thursday. We're doing the free spirit on Thursday at 8. The layered by links is at 11 on Friday. And so you can take what you've made one day and how you can add to it and make it a totally different look. So that is what we're going to be doing this week for our tutorials on how to keep it cohesive. And then for our bead sale, I'm going to bring in a few kits so that we can make some of those bracelets, and then bring in beads that you could use them for that, or you can use them for anything else. So that, when I said at the beginning, when we were talking about making this a full-time job, it really truly is about how do we make things cohesive throughout this and have a plan of what this is about. I'm excited to share. And in all honesty, I'll tell you guys, I'm excited for Thursday's tutorial and Friday's tutorial more than I am about selling beads. I will tell you guys that. But you need the beads to be able to do it. So you know what? We're going to do it, and we're going to have fun. And I'm still trying to get little Missy Buttercup to get us some more bead soup. So hopefully by Friday we'll have some more. So, but I am going to get going here and run. We've been here for about an hour. I need to get everything set up for tonight's live. I am trying to be very, very cautious about my time this week and seeing if I can, which of these objects is made by wood? I got it. Rose, were you asking that one? And it says unable to verify, so I have to do it again. Which of these is in a concert? That one? I can't even see all of them. Oh my Lord. These are clothing items. Are we supposed to have two of them in here or what? That one and that one maybe? There, I finally got it right. All right, Smokey, we'll see you next time. I got it to go finally. But literally, I'm trying to be conscious, and I'm trying to like end my day like I would a normal day, even though I come back. So I want to end my day a little earlier than a 5 o'clock so that I can spend time with the family. So that's what we're going to be doing this week, is spending time with the family and being cautious of trying to work 40 hours and not 60. So we will see you all tonight. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.